Good day, ladies and gents. I'm Emilio A. Colon Sr. This is the EC Show coming to you from sunny South Florida. Joining me on my left is Ashley Oliver of Ignite Social. On her left is Carlys Jolliff. Carlys helped out on episode 1. She did an amazing job. Phil did a terrible job, so she's back to help out today. This is a full EJ production. EJ's in the background shooting us with Association of Jeremy Torres of Performing Arts Center here in Coral Springs. This episode is completely powered by Ignite Social. Ignite Social is Ashley's company that Carly is also a part of as well. And guys, for all your EC Respect merch, please go visit EnasiaColon.com. ENASIACOLON.com. Now I have to be honest. I fucked that shit up like 3 times. Like I just damn, you can like throw me under the bus.
You fired at me last show. I gotta come right back.
No, that's all right. No. Accountability is extremely important. Well, Carly, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, I know everybody's seen a couple episodes, and shout out to all the people in Mexico, Peru, Colombia, Brazil. All of you guys in South America has been supporting every episode that Ashley's on. Now, I don't know if there's a little bit of a bias because she is Spanish, but without question, I'm saying, like, the episode is just going up like this whenever she's on it. Those are where the views are coming from. So shout out to everybody out there. We appreciate that. But Carly, give us a little bit of background of who you are, how you help out, what you do, so forth and so on.
Okay, so I'm from South Florida, local. Ashley and I actually have known each other for years now, but we never really got closer. We've always crossed paths for years. We grew up in the same hometown. We both went to UCF. Go Knights.
Go Knights. Go Knights.
And we always knew each other in college. And then when I got out of college, I actually went into the corporate world because I thought that's what I wanted to do with my business degree. Turned out it wasn't for me. I could never work a 9 to 5 again. And then I started I'm a cosmetic tattoo artist.
Okay.
So that is 100% my passion. I've always been into makeup, and I always wanted to find a way that I could truly help people and find something that was more fulfilling.
Okay.
And so I tattoo brows and lips. I'm obsessed. And so when I first started my company, a couple of years ago now, Ashley found me on Instagram and she was like, hey. And then we started working together. And we became best friends, and then she taught me most of everything that I know with social media, being an entrepreneur, and I owe her everything, and I don't think that I could work without you.
Hey! Now listen, I gotta be honest with you. You guys do such a huge favor for me, because in all honesty, creating content is such it's a headache. Is this gonna work? You're planning stuff out, and you're trying to figure out, and you know, Ashley, you and I talk about it all the time, but you guys do such an amazing job with the stuff that you're giving to us, and we're so thankful and so appreciative. Thank you. And that's for you guys that don't know, they are actually creating our edits. They're creating a lot of our social media content the last couple of episodes, and it's way different because, I mean, obviously I could just put a phone down and I could do a time-lapse video of myself, but to actually sit there and take the time of trying to reach a certain audience, the purpose behind the actual content, why you're doing it, so forth and so on. You guys have been exceptional. Absolutely exceptional. And guys, if anybody out there needs their services, please follow them on social media at Ignite Social. So, you've done 2 episodes. Yeah. You should be an expert now when we do this, seriously, you know. Hopefully one day, and I'm being honest with you, I would love for you guys to literally just start doing shows or interviewing people or speaking to people to be able to allow them to utilize our platform to be able to showcase what they do or whatever it may be, because in all actuality, that's the way it starts. It starts by us doing this for you, and then you doing it for someone else, and then it grows.
Thank you.
No, of course.
We've actually talked about that. Of course, we would want you involved.
I have to be.
But
that's it. I have to be.
Start doing this on our own.
No, I have to be.
You make the show, but we have a lot of entrepreneur connections that we've built through our time working together, and I feel like we both have gotten such positive feedback from just being on the show, and people know that if I'm a part of it, Carly's a part of it.
We're
so
kind of feel.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't know, so that's the thing. So, and I tell people this all the time, because I even tell Joe, my partner on the EC show, I let him know when he does his show as well. You have to be mindful that when you're speaking also to an audience that doesn't know you. There's somebody watching for the first time. They have no idea, no clue. So people ask me all the time, damn, why are you introing the same thing over and over and over again? Because I have that person that's never watched. You know, you have to be mindful of that you're speaking to that individual. So that's why I like to make sure that everybody's intro's over the top because you deserve that. Like, you know what I'm saying? No matter what it is, I don't care. This is our stage. This is our platform. So in all actuality, you have to have that feeling, you know what I mean? So yes, I could just say yes, this is actually Oliver, or this is Carly, or whatever it means. But it doesn't sound good, you know? You have to put a little bit of... No, absolutely.
Well, it hypes us up too. Yeah. We need it.
You need it, of course, absolutely, without question. So let's get into it real quick, just a little bit. I know there's certain things that you want to discuss, but what I wanted to talk about is how has it been? You're 2 episodes in, you've done 2 episodes already. What is going on? What are they saying? What is the feedback that you're getting from potential clients, you know, feedback from family members, feedback from people that are actually watching the show? Because I met someone this weekend at my farmer's market event that knows you. And they literally were like, oh, now I know who you are because I saw Ashley on your show.
That actually happened to me this past week.
See, exactly. But shout out to Devin, by the way. Devin, I met you this weekend. Shout out to you.
Wait, Devin?
Yes.
Devin who?
She's, I forgot her last name. I just met her. Yeah.
Okay.
I just met her this weekend.
I got a boy Devin and a girl
Devin.
No,
I just met her this weekend and she said it. She's like, I've seen you. And I'm like, you seen me where? And she goes, you on the show with Ashley. I was like, oh, damn, I didn't know that. Like, you know, like, now it's Ashley's show featuring me. Like, I didn't know that.
I like the sound of that.
No, of course. I told you, by all means. That's the idea. The idea is to eventually just let you guys do you. Like, it's, in all seriousness. But that's what happens with this.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't end up meeting that person that way, or they don't identify me without me giving you the platform to perform. So give me the feedback. Come on, I want to hear it.
Definitely. Well, I'm excited for Carly to be here because now you just got like double trouble coming on, and
I tried to get her episode 1. She wasn't with it.
I wasn't ready episode
She wasn't ready. It's okay. So I've gotten an overwhelming amount of feedback, and I cannot be more grateful and excited. Ignite is blowing up. I'm shocked. Not that I thought it wouldn't take off, but in such a short amount of time, I owe you like the biggest thank you because I don't think
you owe us.
Yes,
all
of you guys.
Us, all of them.
I don't think I would have been able to like propel this quickly in just 2 weeks. Like here we are going on week 3. I launched my business like right before I came on your show, and it was like crazy. So I have signed as of this week 4 contracts.
There you go. And look, I don't get no fee for that neither. Just to let you know, it's all for the love. But that's the point. That's what I like to see. You know, that's what I like to see. I like to see that. You know, we don't necessarily know where this might go. In 6 months from now, this might look completely different. But you have to start somewhere at least, without question.
And it's an experience, the entire thing. I mean, I feel like even just being here has helped me build up my confidence, being able to talk to people, meet new people. I mean, I'm being broadcasted on the internet in front of millions of people, thousands of people, whatever it may be, and it's wild. So I feel like now I've accomplished... And we've accomplished together like another step in our career, and it's really exciting.
So, go ahead, your feedback or what people have said to you.
Ashley did phenomenal. I was so proud of her. And this is such a cool show. Like, it's so great what you do and all the people that you have on, and it's a great opportunity that you give everyone.
That's very humbling. That's not what I was trying to get to.
No,
I appreciate it, of course, but I just don't want people to think that because people have said it to me, because like, you're sitting there, you're talking about me, and you're thankful, whatever, and they're like, yo, did you pay her to do that? I'm like, no, I didn't pay her to do that, nothing like that.
This is all love.
No, absolutely, 100%, without question. Carly, please, let everybody know what exactly is it that you help Ashley with at Ignite Social.
So I help a lot of like behind the scenes editing and content creating. So I usually go with her on site to things, and we usually shoot things together. I think we bring out the creative side of each other for sure, and we work really well. And then we usually edit, create. We usually pick a day and we get to it.
Any arguments, cat fights, like any back and forth, like
probably just who's paying for lunch.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
I was gonna say never, but she's so right.
That's the only thing we've ever argued on.
What's the go-to? What's the go-to for lunch?
Blaze.
Really?
Blaze Pizza every single week.
They know us.
That's like our weekly place that we go to.
That's where you get creative at?
And we're also weird. I mean, I think we're pretty cool, but we get buffalo chicken pizza.
There you go.
Like we make it like a buffalo style flatbread.
That sounds like a plan. That's good to know, because here's the thing, right? And a little bit of the feedback that I got was like, you know, and people need to understand this is your second time doing this. It's your first time doing it. I've done 300 episodes or something like that. I forget.
Wow.
I lose count. No, I'm just saying. I just lose count.
Big
so
shot over here.
no. But I'm just saying I just lose count. But the thing I'm trying to say is like, for example, like sometimes people are a little critical without knowing the backstory to
Yeah.
it. So that's why I wanted you guys to be able to provide the backstory. Because the feedback that I'm getting is, oh, well, this sounds like this or that sounds like that. And I'm like, homie, come on stage. Let's see how you do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's see how when the lights is bright and, you know, and they hit record and it's like action. Let's see how you're going to be able to perform. But half the time they never do. They just like to chomp and talk shit more than anything else. But I'm glad that you guys have the ability and the platform to showcase your business. I'm extremely happy. How long would you think it would take for you to be able to sit in this chair and take over and literally do the intro and everything that I do?
Oh, I got somebody lined up next week.
I love to hear.
Best believe. I was gonna have a little meeting with you after this.
No, I love to hear that because
that is ready to go.
I love to hear that because people don't understand how difficult it is to sit in this chair until they sit in this chair.
Yeah.
Because Joe, who's on the show with me on my show, he does his own show. We go through it all the time because his intro's gotten better and better over time. But in the beginning, his intro was trash. And it's like, these are the little things that it takes in order to practice and get better or whatever it may be. I
was gonna say, I don't think I'd be able to do it as good as you do.
No. I wouldn't expect you to do it like me. I would expect you to do it in your own little dope Ashley Oliver Ignite Social type way. Like, you know what I mean?
Love
That's the way it would have to be.
scares me.
No. That's what it would. I mean, it would take time. You would have to figure it out. You'd have to play with it.
Yeah.
Does this work? Does this not work? Because my intro originally from way back in the days was not even close to what I do right now. Not even. It takes time. You just have to see what works. So with my guys, and I said this to them too, I'm like, yo, one day I'm not gonna be here and you guys are just gonna do the show. They're like, yeah, we could take that. Like, cause they know it like line for line for line for line. So that's pretty much it. I know there was other stuff that you guys wanted to discuss and you wanted to tackle.
We wanted to throw the ball back in your court since last episode you critiqued me on, you know, when are you gonna ask me questions?
Yeah.
It's not that. It's more about it just can't be just one sided.
No, of course.
Yes.
Of course. So we were discussing what would you want to see from a marketing company if you, let's say you were to hire Ignite full time, run your page, like what are the ideal things you want to see coming out of your social media?
Can you put like cables and cords inside my brain and just like literally just start tangling the shit? Because that's the thing. The thing is like the way I think, it's like it's all over the place, and I need it to be more manageable. So I need it to be more scheduled, more defined, more direct. Like, you know, for example, like with the brand that we have coming out, the drop that we have coming out in May. If I have Ignite Social sitting there planning everything for that drop, I would literally need a format to where Ignite Social says, this is what we're going to do, this is when we're going to do it, this is how we're going to do it. Because majority of the time with everything that I'm doing, my mind is like this.
It seems like you need somebody beyond Ignite Social.
No,
you need an assistant. And like, is that what you thought of? Because I think about like my old job and the relationship that I had with my business partner, and that's like what I did for her because she was the same exact way. She would know it too if she watched it. She's like, I needed somebody to put the pieces together, so that's why she found me. So that's what you need in your life.
That individual would probably last 3 days. I'd probably go through like 10 of them. Look at Jeremy, see? That individual. Because here's the thing, and it's crazy because sometimes even with my family, I say things to them, and I say things to them not meaning like, stop what you're doing right now and do this. I just say it so I don't forget it. And then they take it like, oh, well, you already got me.
Yeah.
You already got me.
Carly all the time. I'm like, Carly, I'm saying this out loud. Don't let me forget.
No. See, but I don't do that. That's what I should do. I just literally just say it, and it's just like, well, you already got me doing this. So which one do you want me to do? You want me to do this, or you want me to do that? And it's like, no, I'm just saying it so I don't forget it in my own mind. So from Ignite Social, if I had Ignite Social powering everything that I did, I would suggest, or my ideas would be Ash, Carly, Katie Power Greens, EC Respect, the EC Show, consistent levels of constant content coming out.
Yeah.
Obviously, Katie Power Greens is more towards the end of the weekend. The EC Show is always on Wednesday. What's the other thing? The Respect, EC Respect, that's on a monthly basis or every other month basis. So I would kind of like, in a sense, create that somewhat of a triangle and then decide to just start throwing ideas to see which would work, which can we do going forward, which needs immediate attention, which one can wait on, which is future projects. See how my mind thinks? Like right now I'm just like throwing things out there, but that's how it goes with me. Like, and I didn't even get to mention your show, I didn't get to mention Jerry's show, I didn't get to mention future shows that I'm thinking about doing as well. So it's like, That's how it would be for me. It would like literally be, let's just throw paint at the fucking wall first, see what color looks the best, and then figure out how to paint the rest of the wall.
Yeah, sometimes that's what you have to do though. A lot of this business is trial and error, especially as an entrepreneur. And I feel like this is perfect because this goes into my next question that like we wanted to talk about.
Okay.
What do you feel like, your life, well, I feel like I know the answer to this question, but do you feel like your life has leveled up becoming an entrepreneur, or do you feel like you're still struggling in certain areas? Like, what does your life look like on a daily basis as an entrepreneur?
That's a really, really great question, and I'll answer it two ways. There's two parts of my entrepreneurship. There was me as an individual providing for me and my wife, and then there was me as an individual providing for my family. So when I was providing for me and my wife, it was cake, it was coast, it was easy. When it was for me providing for me and my family, it was a little bit different, because now you got to be selfless and you got to think of others more than anything else. But it leveled up and changed when I combined the other two members in the family as entrepreneurs. When Inasia came to me, Inasia asked me, I want to get a job. And I said, why do you want to get a job? And she's like, I want to make money. And I'm like, well, you can own your own business where you can work for yourself. You don't have to worry about anybody else paying you. You can pay yourself. And when I broke it down to her so she could fully understand, to where if you work an hourly job, you don't make money after you clock out. Whereas if you work for yourself, you make money, but sometimes you don't make money in the beginning, but you always can you have the ability to make money no matter what. So once I evolved my family into what we do, it took off. And I mean, and just like anything else, Inasia kind of makes it kind of easy. She's the face of the franchise, she's the face of the business. When she's successful and she's doing really well, sales are through the roof. Like, business is good, you know? And the same thing with EJ. Like with EJ, we try to get EJ very hands-on, make sure he knows what he's doing, teach him things. So for me, in all honesty, I think that becoming an entrepreneur, but having a real purpose of why I am an entrepreneur, changed everything.
I love that. I love
Changed
that
everything.
so much. I feel like having your purpose behind that really motivates you. I was actually watching like a documentary this past weekend, and they were literally talking about just like life as a business owner. And if you don't have that underlying purpose behind it, yeah, you can be motivated to do whatever you want to do, but like with you being your family, it just makes it that much more special, and it creates your whole brand image as well that people resonate with. They see you with your family.
Like, people ask me, because obviously it's the EC show, it's EC Respect, everything is combined. They ask me if I did it on purpose. In the beginning, the answer is no. It just kind of like fell into that. You understand? Now, the same guy asked me, he's like, it's kind of messed up because your wife is not EC. And I was like, yeah, it can't be perfect. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, her last name is Cologne, but her first name is Wendy. Yeah. So it can't be perfect. But that was the idea. The idea was, how do I brand them? How do I get people to identify that this is theirs? And Phil and everybody else that wears their merch or whatever and sees people on the street, you're able to identify that person somewhat knows those individuals because they wear that product. So that's brand identifying.
And it builds a sense of community.
Of course. That's key, because everything is, if you can't win at home, you're not going to win anywhere else, you know?
Right.
But no, those are great questions. I mean, once you literally have your purpose, because you can have a purpose, but you can't have necessarily direction of that purpose. Yeah. So once you have your purpose and the direction that you need to go in, then you'll be fine.
Yeah. Carly and I were having a conversation last night. We had dinner together. We had pizza, of course.
Play!
It was so good. And we brought my sister as well, and she just started her own business. So the three of us, we were just talking about how different our lives are and how they've changed, like even in just a year, working a corporate job, or like I was working a corporate job as well before I became an entrepreneur. Yeah, slaving away. And same with my sister. My sister was serving at night. She was working nursing hours at some point too with me, and it was wild. And now we like all sit back and we're like, this is crazy. The fact that we're able to live our lives, we don't even feel like we're working, but we also know that we're still making money and enjoying every second of it.
I mean, normally, and a lot of people, they know this, like when you're doing something that you love, you know, it doesn't feel like a job.
Right, exactly.
It doesn't feel like a job. Like to this day, after all the businesses that I have and the different things that I do, at the end of the day, my career is still making ugly people look really good. So, so like, yeah, he's laughing in the background because he knows it's true. So my job is making ugly people look really, really good for their significant others. So, and that will never change. And I love what I do. I think I'll probably be 50-something years old and still figuring out how to do that because I love it.
Yeah.
This other stuff I'm really enjoying because my family's along for the ride. Like, you know, my daughter's part of it. My son's part of it. My wife is getting involved now too, which is excellent to see. So yeah, you know, of course. But I have to be honest, because it's them. Sometimes I don't treat them language-wise as I should. And we talked about this on the air. We talked about episode 1, where it's like when it's your family, you'll say something as to where if it's a worker, you kind of like, you know, you watch your mouth. Put a filter on it, you know.
You're more mindful of people's feelings.
Absolutely, without question. I think yesterday we were at the farm and we were doing some planning, and I swear I probably cursed EJ out like 4 or 5 times. Like, you know, it's just, and I know if it was just a regular worker, I probably wouldn't say that, but because he's my son, it's just like, yo, you gotta eat it. It is what it is. Are we good? Are we good on that though? By the way, to double check and make sure. Okay, great. Just making sure. No, but seriously, like it happens sometimes. But once you figure out what's your purpose, why you want to do it, and it never feels like work.
Yeah,
never.
Yeah, it's been really special, and the fact that like we're building connections with people in our community, we're changing lives. Like Carly changes lives in a different way than I do. I mean, she's a cosmetic tattoo artist more than a content creator. Actually, I can't even say that because I feel like you're equal now. She creates content for herself and then now content for Ignite and then your cosmetic tattoo company too. So Carly does both. But she makes people feel beautiful too with cosmetic tattooing, and it's definitely a very rewarding job. Like, I wake up excited to go to work.
There you go.
I never had that before when I was in corporate.
There you go. That's good. I mean, it's important because at the end of the day, it's like, then why get up then? I might as well just stay in bed. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
So important.
Like, what's the point? Like, there's times, don't get it twisted. Between doing everything that you're doing, you're like, yo, I'm so tired. Like, I'm beat or whatever. But at the end of the day, you're like, it was so worth it. It was so worth it, to be honest with you.
I think for me, slaving away, knowing that somebody else is making more money than I am, that's what would stress me out the most.
Ooh.
I know that sounds really bad, but
you're definitely a pit bull in a skirt. Without question, you are a pit bull in a skirt.
Minimum wage, I can't say minimum wage, but close to damn near minimum wage, and slaving my life away, barely sleeping at night, saving lives during the day, and knowing that the corporation was making millions of dollars off of me being a cog in a machine. That's when I was like, I cannot do this anymore. I've had enough. Like, when are we going to create something for ourselves?
Knowing your value is extremely important, but sometimes market dictate what your value is until you can figure out how to literally put your stamp on things, like, to be honest with you. Because just like anything else in my industry, I'll use the farm as an example. In the beginning, you have no clients. Like, you have no one, you have nobody. So you're sitting there and you're like, almost like pitching it like it's drugs. You're like, here, take it all day long, take it. Because you want them to enjoy your product. Because you stand behind your work, your time, your effort, whatever. But as time goes along, you're like, oh, well, listen, you know what? It's been like a year. I can't keep giving you this. Like, we got to figure out a way for you to actually pay it. And then all of a sudden, you're creating the value. And then as time goes along, you're increasing the creation of the value. And then, I mean, don't get it twisted. You're going to lose some people along the way, but that's okay because you're going to gain the right individuals that you want in your life, supporting your business, supporting your brand, supporting what you do, or whatever it may be. So in all actuality, the advice I can give to you guys is people that are going to jump on Ignite Social right now better take advantage of it, because eventually Ignite Social later on is going to be too damn expensive for everybody. Like, it's going to be too damn expensive for everybody else, and that's the goal. Because, like, in all actuality, like you said in the beginning, you saw the corporations making all the money and was like, yo, I want to make bread, like, you know. So as time goes along, through that work and through that hard work, you'll end up getting to the same level.
One thing that Phil and I spoke about when I first decided to launch Ignite is that, of course, I want to gain all these clients and build up my team, and all I see are dollar signs. But then he brought me back down to earth, and he was like, Ashley, quality over quantity any day. And since then, I've had that in the back of my mind with every single thing I do. And it's so great to sit here and tell you, like, I signed 4 contracts this week. I'm so excited to get started. But it's like, I also want to take a step back and be like, okay, I want to put out the best quality of content and our time and effort that's going into all these people. I want them to show that our work is worth every single dollar that they're paying before I would even bring on anybody else.
Of course, absolutely. The thing is, when you guys started creating content for us, it was immediately noticed. Immediately noticed, because people were like, "Oh, wait, this isn't what you normally create." It's like, yeah, no shit, because I'm the one that's freaking creating it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So be mindful of that. But now that you actually have a team to be able to do it and help out or whatever it may be, you know, it takes things to a totally different level. You get those eyes, people asking questions, they're inquisitive, they want to know who's that, who's this, blah, 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 blah. Hit it. You can hit it. We can always hit it. You can hit it. Hit it and start again. Keep going. So, no, back to what I was saying earlier. Like, it's just what you guys produce in comparison to what I produce is next level, and it's noticeable, and that's the whole point. The whole point is that's exactly what you want from a business. So for me, now I become your mouthpiece, because people ask me who's doing it for me, and I tell them who's doing it for me.
Well, I love that you said that too, because that's why I tell Carly all the time why I value her so much. Yes, I could realistically do this by myself with it being my full time now, but I value her eye and her attention to detail and just seeing things from a different perspective. Like, we're like not only best friends, we're like soulmates. Our minds think so alike. But then when we're looking at different forms of content, Carly thinks of things that I wouldn't think of. And I'm like, holy shit, that's genius. Yeah, and then vice versa. I'm like, oh, Carly, look at that. And she's like, oh, that's really good. So it just brings like an extra level of value to the business.
It is so relieving when I check my phone and I see in my For You, like there's a little, just to let me know, oh, you got new shit in here and it's from both of you. I'm like, oh, this is great. Like, because like we get content, but then what you guys create is different. So it makes it so refreshing. It feels good. I'll have like 5 things and I'm like, okay, wait, which one do I want to do first? Like, am I going to put this one? No, this one. And you start picking. No, of course, no, absolutely.
Because I know the ones that you pick, and I'll put them out like in a wave in that folder, and then I think about it, and I'm like, okay, which one is he going to pick? And you pick one. I'm like, all right, that's the winner. I'm going to create content like that moving forward. But then the fact that you're having a hard time picking it, that makes us feel good.
And people, if you're out there questioning it, I'm telling you, hands on, what they do is spectacular. What they do is very, very... It takes a lot of the responsibilities, the worrisomes, the things that you have to think about when it comes to creating content for your business. They handle it. They literally take care of it. So in all actuality, I could then start doing other things and creating other ideas or other businesses or whatever it may be. It takes a lot of time away from me. And then eventually you will grow that, trust. But in all actuality, when you don't have to say much, and then you get what you get from Ignite Social, it's like, oh, this is so good. Oh, thank you. No, because then it turns into, and this is just for everybody to know, it turns into a timing thing. Yeah. So it's like, okay, I have 10 pieces of content, but now I have to spread it out to make sure, because you get overly excited. It's like a little kid, like open the toy, and you get, oh yeah, look at this. So you get all of this content, and it's quality content, and you're sitting there saying this, okay, I have to time this out, I have to do this the right way, it has to be strategic. Why is this coming out? Oh, okay, so this is going to be this piece of this video to explain this story. Oh, good. 10 o'clock in the morning, Wednesday. Done.
Well, that's the inspiration behind the brand, and I'm so glad that you said all of that, because that's the real reason why we started Ignite, was to alleviate that pressure off of business owners like yourself that are out trying to make money and do things and put shit out there, but really we need to be that backbone for you to be the ones to create it and put it out there. We spend hours not only filming but sifting through all the content and just creating it, and we spend so much time studying your brand and what's going to work for you. We do so much research before we actually give you your content, because we want to make sure it not only fits with your brand, but it's going to fit with the algorithm that we're putting it out to, making sure that it gains traction.
Oh, speaking of that, forget that fucking Big Rob, Joe's dad, cracked the code. He knows. He knows what the code is. He says the code is just make shorts. That's it. Just make shorts.
Oh, I saw that. I did see that.
Just make shorts. That's it. No more long videos. Christian, no more. He cracked the code. He thinks he knows it all. But no, in all actuality, I mean, I'm glad you guys are doing it, because it alleviates so much fucking shit off of my plate and things that I gotta do. So it literally allows me to focus on the things that I can do with the people I need to meet and discuss to be able to bring things to the next level. So you guys are extremely helpful. Anything else that you guys wanted to speak about or add on before we
No, I feel like
We're good.
yeah,
We're good.
we got
By the way,
so
you did
much.
amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I messed up her name 4 times before we started, just to let you know. And I like doing this because it makes it seem more personal. It makes it, you know, we don't know what we're doing all the time. Like, it makes it seem like it's a little bit more down to earth. But thank you guys for joining me. You guys look absolutely amazing. Hopefully, Phil didn't mess up on all the B-roll in the background, because the last episode, his B-roll was
Amen.
terrible.
I saw the improvement.
Once again, this show is powered by Ignite Social. Guys, go on social media and follow them. They will take care of all of your social media needs and extremely make it easier for you. And if you want any of your EC Respect merch, please visit EnasiaCologne.com, ENASIACOLON.com, to support Enasia and EJ. We appreciate you guys so much, and we'll check you out next episode. Thank you guys.
Thank you.